Have you ever felt like you want to have some good old multiplayer fun, but games like Smash and Mario Kart just doesn't cut it? You're in luck, because this week we're looking at the biggest hidden game of them all, Higurashi Daybreak DX. Hey everybody, Kitcha here! In today's hidden game we're looking at Higurashi Daybreak DX, a spin-off 3D fighting game being a parody on the Gundam fighting games. And man, this game is nuts! It actually used to be my one and only all-time favorite game once upon a time. That's a huge thing to say. Higurashi Daybreak is based on the sound novel series Higurashi no Nakukoro ni, which also spawned a decently popular manga and anime. This game is filled with references, but honestly, you don't need to understand shit to appreciate this marvelous game. The game plays 2 vs 2, where you have 16 different characters to choose between. As you choose your favorite, you're thrown into a stage of your choice with a whole bunch of commands. You can perform your simple melee combos or ranged attacks, or you can charge up some batshit crazy attacks. And at the same time, you're allowed to dash, dodge, and even fly for a fair amount of time. Naturally, this makes the game crazy and really fast-paced, which can be hit or miss for fighting games depending on the execution, but man, the controls are so responsive and the camera uses a lock-on system, which makes this kind of fast-paced game totally manageable. And since there's usually so much stuff going on, exclamation marks will pop up every now and then to warn you about attacks you can't see. As for your attacks, you can hold the charge button to perform an entirely different attack. And if you charge your attack until your meter is full, you'll perform your strongest attack, which usually kicks serious butt. Since different attacks consume different kind of meters, this means you actively get to choose your strategy. Do you want to play aggressively and spam lesser skills all the time? Or do you want to dodge like crazy, performing melee attacks all the time until you can unleash that crazy devastating special attack that you've been charging up the whole time? Your choice! But what caught my attention from the very start is the simple fact that most characters have 3 different weapon sets to choose between, where every single set presents you with an entirely different kit. Literally all attacks are entirely different depending on what set you choose. And given you have 16 different characters, this leaves us with, let's see now, 46 different playstyles. How crazy isn't that? Not to mention that this game supports 4-player multiplayer. So you can bring some friends over and play this forever. Thanks to the variation, every match will feel totally different. The characters themselves are so charming, you don't need to know anything about Higurashi to appreciate them. I mean, let's just take a look at some of them. We have this hot-blooded student swinging his baseball bat around, one of 2 crazy twins using stun guns, an arrogant little kid excelling in masterful traps, a creepy fat police officer confiscating everyone else's weapons, another little kid manipulating fate with a deadly scythe, and a freaking god stopping time. The list goes on, and some characters even get different lines and personalities depending on what weapons you choose for them. And these are just examples of how many combinations there are between characters and weapons. They have so many different lines and quirks, you're bound to find a bunch of favorites. The game's in Japanese, but there's a translation patch for the menus at least. As for the story, it's something about the main characters fighting over a couple of magical magitamas, which can make any 2 people fall in love with each other. It's kind of fun, but even if you understand Japanese and can follow the story, most of the fun comes from playing in the free mode, where you can choose what character you're playing and what characters your opponents are, etc. In my opinion, this game is solely gameplay based, and that's what makes this so fun. If I want a kick-ass story, I will go to games like Telltales and Heavy Rain. But if you just want a game with unrivaled gameplay, this is the one. You will spend hours upon hours exploring all different kind of playstyles and strategies. Bring some friends over, you won't regret it. And that's it for me this week. I'm so happy I finally got to show you guys Higurashi Daybreak, which is one of the most underestimated games ever. But hey you, leave a comment down below telling me your thoughts after seeing this video, and be sure to subscribe. I'll see you guys next time. Until then, let's see you. Oh yeah! Last week Cat Mario, and this week we had Higurashi Daybreak. Next week... Let's see what madness I'll bring in next week. But I'm pumped! There are too many games that deserves more recognition. Now before you leave, be sure to check these other shows. And while you do that, I'll go and eat something because I'm really hungry.